This week on the Hearts of Gold podcast, I got to sit down with the mayor of Oroville, Mayor David Pittman. I am so excited for you to listen in on this conversation, and we learn about how he grew up in this area, his family's influence on the region, and what he's still doing to have an impact on our community. And you get a little inside scoop on the stuff happening in the city as well. I cannot wait for you to join us today. It's a little bit longer of a conversation, so maybe pop some popcorn, get a cup of coffee, a little soft beverage, and listen in as you're driving, or maybe you are watching this at home after a long day, or maybe while you are cleaning the house, like I usually do when I listen to podcasts. But thank you again so much. And I do want to say that every time that we see a like or a comment or a subscribe come through, we do a little happy dance in our house, in our actual house. So thank you so much for sharing this podcast, for sending it to friends, for sending it to family. And we are so excited to keep being able to highlight local individuals, organizations, and businesses in Butte County who have a heart of gold. So join us today on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold.
Thank you, James.
See, ladies, a heart of gold.
But I know you have a heart of gold and have done many good deeds.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah, that's me. Heart of gold.
You have a heart of gold.
18 karat.
Hello and welcome to the Hearts of Gold podcast. I am so excited for our guest today. We have the mayor of Oroville, Mr. David Pittman, and he has agreed to be on our podcast and talk about all sorts of things, which I can't wait for us to get into. So welcome, Mayor Pittman.
Well, thank you very much. And please take a great congratulations to your Hearts of Gold podcast. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you.
There are a lot of good things.
Thank you. We're having fun for sure.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, I wanted to just give a little bit of a background, a little bio on Mayor Pittman, who is a fourth generation Oroville family of real estate, developers, and politicians. He is an Oroville Union High School District class of 1972 graduate, a Butte College graduate, and you have raised 3 kids, 2 daughters and 1 son, and you have 5 grandkids.
Yeah.
That's
It's a lot of fun.
That's a lot. That's a lot. How old's your youngest grandchild?
Well, she's 11.
This is a test.
Yeah, it's a test. She's our ballerina and competes in competitive ballerina in Chico.
Goodness.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I have to give my daughter credit because there's a lot of parent support that goes with that particular activity. So
yeah. That's a commitment.
it is. It's a lot. It's
on
a
all
lot.
fronts. Very cool. And you were with the Oroville Fire Department for 35 years.
That's correct.
Not just you were the police chief.
Well,
no, the fire chief.
I served all the positions, started as a volunteer, and then worked up to the ranks.
Yes.
And then retired as the fire chief back in 2008.
Wow. Okay. And then you're on your 3rd term?
3rd term with the city council.
With city council. I'm just honored that you said yes, that you said yes. First, before we get into the questions, so we're a small town, and also like to have any sort of city official recognize you or come in is something. So when I had my first studio that was over in the mini mall,
Right.
and I'm a portrait photographer. Everything's scheduled, and I'm by appointment mainly. And I get this knock on the door.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
You're like, hello, and it was you come walking in my portrait studio, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the mayor's here. What is the mayor doing in my studio? And we were talking about, you had introduced me to Rotary Club, like a project that was happening, and collaborating there with Little Free Libraries, which maybe we can get into later. But I have to tell you, after you left, I texted all of not only my local friends, but my photographer colleagues. And I was like, you guys will never believe who just walked into my portrait studio, the mayor of our city. So anyway,
Well, I appreciate that because you helped us out a lot. The Rotary Club had received a request from the Helen Wilcox School class, and you were the great resource that provided what they were looking for. And if you remember, we had a great day out there when the library was presented, and the kids all just enjoyed it. And I know they all remember that day. So thank you very much for participating. And you're just another example of the great assets of this community.
Thank you. I'm supposed to be interviewing you. You're going to make me cry. Thank you. Yes, that was so much fun. And just the looks on their faces. And my grandma, it was neat because that one is dedicated kind of in her honor. She did, what was it? Is it Passages? Forget the program out there. Is it Passages? Where they read to
Reading Pals, I think.
Reading Pals, yes. I'm not sure where. Yeah. I'm sure that's another organization.
She was a huge image to that school for many, many years. And, they all had a great recognition of her. So that was cool.
Well,
but it's just one of the nice little things about happens in a small community like this. And I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, so to get to know a little bit more about you, we always like to start with kind of your golden beginnings. So this is golden beginnings are kind of, did you have life before Oroville? Were you born and raised here, or how did your family
Well,
end up here?
I was born and raised here. I was born at the old Curran Hospital down the street, which is no longer there. Now it's the Orange Terrace Apartments.
Okay.
And my parents and my grandparents were all developers, and even my great grandfather, Duncan McCallum, had a big partnership in building Lake Madrone and Berry Creek area. Back in the days, and then my grandfather helped to develop the other side of the lake, from the real estate perspective, and then my father got involved in real estate again with his works. After World War II, he served in the Army Air Corps, and then out of that. He got involved with real estate locally, and then got involved with an organization called the Feather River Project Association. And that was the advocacy group that wanted to see flood control happen on the Feather River because especially the flood of 55, had tremendous damages to not only Oroville, but a good portion of Marysville. And so in real estate, you understand the property and the lands and people's, personal possessions. And that group became the local advocacy to get the Oroville Dam built. And
that was what year? You said 50?
Well, 55 was the flood, but the Feather River Project Association, my dad was the president for about 7 years in the late 40s and the early 50s. And I'd found out he'd went to the governor twice before, and the governor said no. And then the third time they went to Goodwood Knight, and he said yes.
Wow.
So that's the kind of background I grew up in, and traveling up and down the state for those issues as a small child. I didn't realize what politics was all about. That was just what I didn't get to go. Didn't get to go to a lot of baseball games, and that we always went to Fresno for water meetings and all kinds of things like that, and up and down the state. So.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and then his involvement was with politics too. He was in the 50s. He was a city council member for 7 years for Oroville, and then served as a county supervisor for 2 years, and then became state senator for Butte County, which back in the 60s, before reapportionment happened, we had 13 senators north of Sacramento. Now we only have 2.
Okay.
My dad's district was only Butte County, so. I used to run around the Capitol as a teenager as a page, and used to deliver bills.
Oh, wait, sorry. What a page? Yeah. Is that a comment? Should I know what that is? I feel like. Can you explain that?
That was a runner around the Capitol. You were a page, so you were someone. And see, back in those days, you didn't have faxes telephones were still on a hook.
Okay.
So when somebody wanted a copy of the bill, somebody had to walk down to the bill room and get it, and then deliver it to the room in the Capitol. And I'll never forget, my dad's office number was room 4037, and. When I would get on the weekends and sometimes Easter week, I'd go down there during session and run around the Capitol and get to know the senators and the people there. A guy named Pat, I didn't know who Pat was until he was the governor, Pat Brown. So
goodness.
It's just the way it was.
Take this to Pat.
Yeah, take it to Pat. Okay, you'll be right there, and I learned a lot about the Capitol and the places, and the page pretty much had a pass to run around the whole place. So you got to know how the process worked. And the differences then were, people got along. You'd have a meeting and you'd, figure out how can we make this happen for the public.
Yeah.
And then the sessions only lasted a period of time. It didn't last year round.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
when you're in session, it was a short period of time, and unless you had a special session, it was different. So
Yeah, they're like, okay, now let's get to work.
My dad had a room in the 12th floor of the the Elks building. So when you stayed down there, and the travel back and forth was all constant. And it's kind of sad. I just spent some time in Sacramento at the League of Cities meetings in the
League of Cities.
Yeah.
That to me sounds like Avengers or something. Like League of Justice League. That's what I'm thinking. League of Cities. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's a California grouping of all the cities that have gotten together and work on things together. But I went down there for the mayor and city councilman's conference, and we looked at all the current issues that are but the thing that distressed me is the streets of Sacramento. I used to run around there. I wouldn't run around there now. I mean, it's a real problem, and I'm sad to see it happen.
Yeah.
The quantity of material on sidewalks every day is really disgusting to see.
Just right there in the
all
Capitol.
around the Capitol, the whole Sacramento, and I'm not sure why that's happening, but we all know that's there. It certainly should be cleaned up, but
that's not that's on the other side of Old Town, because I'm thinking, Old Town Sac.
This is at the Capitol. We were across the street at the hotel. So that's kind of where my basis of growing up was, and then spending most of my time at Lake Madrone, Berry Creek.
And Lake Madrone is a private community, right?
Community,
like nobody can just go up there and.
No, it's a gated community.
Yeah.
There's about 150 lots and homes that were there, and that were in recovery from their fires. Occurred about 70 of the homes were lost in those fires. So it's a real strong community. A lot of generational folks. Used to be a lot of folks from Gridley that went up there, and that was their summertime. Because back in those days, to cool off, you went to the mountains. You didn't have air conditioning.
Right. Oh, okay.
You
just get up higher.
Yeah, you just simply did that. So
yeah.
That was my growing up period of time, and then running around Oroville, and we had a lot of different things going on. Plus, we had the construction of the dam, and that was a whole different. It's kind of like Oroville's been boom or bust with a lot of different things.
Yeah, there was something. I think James and I were talking about this, like in this community, because we had the dam. What was after the dam? It was like every 20 years or something. When was the hospital rebuilt?
Well,
No. He's like,
if you look at the history of where we had originally gold rush.
Yes.
And then we had the mining activities that, went even bigger, and hydraulic mining activities. And then we've had the timber industry, and that was a big long-term economic driver for the community. In fact, I remember as a kid seeing 7 sawmills in town cutting raw logs.
Wow.
And then that decline occurred for a variety of reasons. And we used to have teepee burners all around town.
Oh, wow.
If you even know what that is.
I don't. I don't know what that is.
It's a large metal teepee, and they used to get rid of sawdust just to get rid of it, and they'd burn it.
They would burn the sawdust.
And so there's a screen on top, and that was burning constantly. So you always had that aura or aroma of burning sawdust.
Is it similar to like the rice fields when they burn the rice fields? And then when do they do that? It's so nostalgic to me. As a little kid, I'm like, it smells like, it's not like fire burning. Like we all know, unfortunately, what that is. That's triggering,
Different.
but it's a different smell. It's like, ooh, this is nostalgic.
Exactly. And that was just the way you grew up around here. And then we've had the big industry that's been real stable is the fruit packing, the Pacific Coast producers. And then we had the olive oils and packing. So we've had a lot of different agricultural support economies of our community. And then the dam construction came in, and then that dropped off. And now we're looking at improvements to the recreation amenities.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a unique thing here in this town. We have 5 big lakes, and a river runs through it.
Yes. Yeah, that's so true.
And I try to stress that with people. You don't realize, yes, there's certain things we don't have, but on the other hand, you can get in the water anywhere you want around here. And I would challenge everyone in this room. How many of you have kayaked the diversion pool?
Yeah.
off
not
of Cherokee
me.
Road.
I have not.
Or how many have done the moonlight kayak rides at the Forebay?
I see that advertised.
That
and
was
I'm
just
like,
happened Saturday night.
oh, it just happened. Do
Yes.
they do it again?
Yes,
Or is
it's the schedule's coming up for the next 3 or 4 months.
Okay,
So
that's the aquatic center.
at the aquatic
At the-
center.
yeah.
I highly recommend that. That's
It's
a
literally
lot of fun.
it's because we're in Thermalito, we're on 12th, so I'm like we can see
Oh, yeah.
it from our
Yeah.
house.
Well,
to
it's just
go
fun
do
to go out with a whole group of people and get in the kayaks and just enjoy the moon,
Yeah.
the moonrise. Then the after bay, with the duck hunting and the after bay activities, and then the river runs through the town.
Yep.
We just have a lot here that you just got to take advantage of. I also challenge people, how many people have done the whole entire trails?
So we have never done Feather Falls hike.
Okay,
We're doing that this year with some
right.
friends.
good.
We were told that there are ladybugs. There's like a ladybug bloom, ladybug. I don't know. They all.
It's on Fry Creek.
Oh, you know where
Yes,
you know it. Okay.
I know exactly where it is. Yeah.
So
in
we're
fact,
excited.
that's a well-known spot for the monarch butterfly.
Oh, okay.
If you go up and you're on the boat on the lake Oroville up the Middle Fork, Fry Creek is one of the last creeks before you make the bend to see the actual falls.
Okay.
And Fry Creek is well known to have the ladybug
monarch.
and the monarch butterfly.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'll have to make sure I take my cameras because I don't know if I want to hike with it, but
It's a great hike. I wish they had rebuilt the platform for the Feather Falls, which was lost in the fire. But it's a unique thing. We have a lot of unique things to do.
we do.
And people don't realize or they don't take the time.
Right.
But I put the challenge out there. I said, hey,
Yeah.
get out there and do the Friedman bike trail. I mean, it's
Yeah.
over 41 miles of
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah. It is. I know. I think it comes all the way down to out where the Nelson Bridge is.
Yes.
Yeah,
It does.
because we'll often walk the levee out there.
Yeah.
And it's just as long. I think we clocked it the other day, but to walk on one side of the levee to the end, turn around and come back, it's 2.5 miles, which is similar to going up to the dam. But it's not, we're closer to the levee than we are to the dam.
A lot of times, Susan and I will take our bikes and go out to the Afterbay levee off of Ora Dam right there next to the freeway.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you might think, what's the big deal there? Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's a whole different thing because
Yeah.
you can get on the top of the levee and it's 4 miles if you need to go one way or back. But the strangest thing is you'll run into all kinds of wildlife in
Yes.
the water. And you have the other wildlife off of Highway 99, and you get to listen to people yelling and screaming at people as they drive by on the road. I said, "Wait a minute, no, this is not part of this story," but it is true. I mean, you hear cars, and you get to watch both sides of the thing. And so even on top of the levee, you think it might be boring. It's not.
It's not.
It's got all kinds of activities
Different
going on.
wildlife.
Excuse me. And so I put the challenge out there, and then how many times have they trailed through the wildlife area?
Yeah.
We have a large 12,000 acres of wildlife.
We
refuge area.
really do. And I don't know, there's a part of me that wants the world to know and also
Right.
doesn't want them to
Yeah.
know.
It's like, how many
it's
people
like,
do we need here?
I know. And I'm like, to come and visit. And we've had Ashley from Explore Butte County on too.
Oh, yeah.
And so come visit,
Right.
do some tourism, leave your dollars here, and then go back home. But it is, we really do have such a beautiful.
Well, we have a very unique situation. And one of the things that people are looking to locate their new homes is to want to be within 5 to 10 miles of some kind of water activity. Well, that's the perfect solution for
It
that
is.
is this community area. We have the real estate for new homes. We are hoping to see a lot of new homes built in the city. We have the infrastructure in terms of water supply. We have major things happening with our sewer sanitation. There's a big improvement going on there, and then a second improvement will be going on the Ruddy Creek pump station. So
we had somebody in Rotary Club speak about, I think, the sewage and sanitation plant.
Right.
Anyway, I want to have them on too. I need to reach out.
Yeah, Glenn would be great. The manager there, he gets excited about sewage.
Yeah,
he really does.
That's what got me. I was like, wow, this is impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make sewage sound exciting, you got to be on.
I've encouraged people to take their classes down there to get a tour of the plant because the kids really get involved. I mean, he loves to do it. He's a very unique individual, and just to understand how it comes in, how it's treated, how it goes back out.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And excuse me, I'm getting over a cough.
Oh no, you're fine. Drink water too.
The expansion of that is lots of room. We have a lot of good things going on there. So when a developer wants to come to Oroville, and are they going to have hindrances? They're going to have blockages. The big items are taken care of. We have the real estate, we have the water, and we have the infrastructure to support it.
Right.
I think maybe 30 years ago, we as leaders in our community made some errors in planning for growth and development. We were looking for businesses to come here and create jobs.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine idea, but jobs don't pay the bills.
Interesting. Ooh, what?
People
explain.
People spend money where they live, not where they work.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at how many...
That's so true. Oh my gosh. You're just like, I'm thinking of just the county buildings that, people drive in from all over.
The school system, majority of our school teachers don't live here.
In Oroville specifically.
In Oroville specific.
Yes.
So they're traveling here, and our government workers travel here. And so...
or hospital, people. Yeah, that's
so
true.
So we've now, and the city council currently is looking to, encourage folks to come and build homes. We have the real estate for it. We have the
space.
We have the space. And a lot of folks in Paradise have found this is their new home.
Yeah.
Because they want to live in the area out by the airport. A lot of those homes were bought by Paradise residents.
Yeah. Yes.
For a lot of reasons, and we're welcome. We think it's a great idea.
Right.
We hope to see more of that happening. It's kind of in the planning to happen. And that's really what supports all the other local businesses too.
Right. Yeah. When when you live here,
you spend money where you live. And, we're also part of the entire Butte County economy.
Right.
So you say that we're better than one or the other. We're all about the same bucket here.
Right. It's the rising tide lifts all boats. Like we're all.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've had some discussions about having a large sports facility of some kind.
Oh yes, I've heard little snippets, whispers of that.
Yeah, I went to the first meeting we had a scoping meeting. There'll be more coming up. And it was Chico and Oroville and other folks in a meeting. We were in, I forget where it was, but the discussion was we need a large 3,000 seat sports facility of some kind. And I say 3,000 seat because that's what we don't have.
Right.
We can't sit down 3,000 people in the same room and have a multi-use facility that would have basketballs, volleyball, all kinds of indoor sports.
Because how big is Harrison? I mean, how many?
Harrison is but it's an open door thing.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying
an indoor kind of
indoor enclosed facility. Okay.
The Lineman College needs that many students, or needs that many for graduations.
Yeah. Yes. And right now, and they go to neighborhood church.
Right.
Still.
And they're hitting the capacity of that. So
wow.
That's just one of the things. So we talked about having we have the real estate for a sport facility of that kind. And even the folks from Chico said, we'd love to have one in Oroville. And they said, well, why is that? Well, it's a lot easier than going to the Bay Area or traveling to Sparks, Nevada. And that's really the thing that, can be a bonus to the whole process. The other thing that Oroville has is a lot of partnerships with other agencies, the State Parks Department, the Department of Water Resources, the U.S. Forest Service. All those partnerships we have here can hopefully produce something that'll put everything together in one spot. Yeah,
nice collaboration, cohesive, something. I know I was thinking about that too with because I'm a band nerd, so I didn't do the sports in high school. I did tennis for like 2 weeks, and I was like, this is too much movement for me. No, it was great. It was fun. I just really wasn't that good. But and it was conflicting with band. Yeah. And now my kids are in band, and we're driving to all of these different activities, schools who have these big facilities. And I'm like, man, this would be so nice to have something like that here. Cause they do drumline performances. They do field show, Oh yeah. We used to host, do you remember? I'm sure you remember, but the Festivo.
Band Festivo. Yeah.
Right. And so I've talked to some of the people that were involved in that. And they're like, oh gosh, I don't even know how we would do that now. But, but yeah, something like that. I think of, sports and also, I mean, the band, because there's so many kids in each of those 60 to 90,
Oh, sure.
100 plus students in
Yeah.
each of the schools.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of what we all need to be thinking about, and postulating the ideas that are out there, and having some mechanism. Again, we have the real estate for a variety of reasons around the area, and then we can put it next to water. Riverbend Park is a good example of a collaboration going on.
Yes.
They've expanded and doing a great job with things down there.
Yeah.
We're hoping to see more of that because where you live is also where you want to enjoy.
Yes. Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
James and I, we talk about this often. So we have been very selfish, I think, in making our own life, because we started a church. I don't know if you did.
No.
I think,
Yeah,
have I
sure.
shared that with you before?
Yeah.
And so, but the church is a mile from our house, so we can walk there. So, and we're like, oh, this is nice living in Thermalito. James works in at Chico State some days a week. And so I'm like, oh, we're really close there. We're really close here. I don't know. We walk the neighborhood a lot.
Yeah. Right.
You tend to shop where it's closest to your home, or at least we do, because, gas and
Well, now
all
the
that
new
stuff.
electric bikes are coming out and adding a new dimension to that, because
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
That's a whole new thing, and you can actually get around town 40, 50 miles on a battery charge.
Yep.
And
Gosh.
it changes the whole dynamic of, getting in your car and going down. And same thing with, with young families and having to go shopping at the store. It's such a trilogy to take 3 or 4 kids, same time. That's why you're seeing this. I know at Walmart they have the shoppers that they're shopping for you and deliver the groceries
And they deliver
to home.
it. Yep.
I tell you what, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole different dimension. I was down there the other day asking one of the employees who were loading the carts. She says, I do 700 to 800 items a day.
Oh, my goodness.
Really? I thought, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a lot.
That's pretty smart, and they just pick and choose, and
Yeah.
it's a new, different dimension. So we'll see how that plays out. And,
Right. And hope, I mean, the hope there, at least for me, because I go, oh man, people's jobs, or we're not going out. The kids aren't learning how to go to the store anymore. But I'm like, you know what? That actually, in theory, should free up more time for novelty, like going as a family to the farmer's market or going downtown to an event or something, because you're not exhausted from shopping.
Getting out and getting on the trails, or going along the water edge, or hitting the parks.
In theory, that's, I mean, how I think. But do I? I don't know. See,
Well,
I always fill it with something.
One of the things we have coming up for the city is the Hewitt Park construction finish.
Yes.
I think that's going to be a game changer for our community.
I do too.
If you've seen what's going on in the original plan, it's,
I don't know if is it posted on Facebook. I don't know if James can pull it up or if he will, but it looks really.
It's getting near completion. Well, I think April or March we'll have probably the opening of it, but
I'm so excited about that. I'm a little sad that my kids are older now, because when they were, we were fortunate enough, our oldest two, when we lived in Seattle, they had parks and water features and things like that. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Why don't we have this in our town? And the time we did at Riverbend, but things get used and don't work as much as you want them to anymore. But I think this one is. Yeah,
this is going to be somewhat of a game changer for our community, because it has so many novelties, and the
pickleball
courts is a big deal. And the Barbara, the gal that's in charge of the pickleball association, she was hounding me for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, okay, we're going to do it. And she goes, really? And
There's a pickleball association?
Well, she's really been a huge supporter to the whole process, and very well involved.
Okay.
And I appreciate all her efforts, because she's been a big help to designing it to actually fit the group.
Nice.
And that'll be nice to happen. And that's the whole thing about, collaborative local government, is to be able to solve and put together things that are going on. And then hopefully, in the bigger economy of things, I just saw, I'd had an early indication, but our cannery just took over the Del Monte operation.
Really?
They have the Del Monte brand, and they'll
Think
be
of the tomatoes.
well,
right? Aren't they
tomatoes and peaches and
Green
we've already
beans?
done those kind of things.
Corn,
The
all that, yeah.
plant down in the Bay Area or the Valley has closed, and they went through bankruptcy, and PCP was the local or the successful contractor for that. So you'll see expansion of our existing cannery operation here. So that's a very cool thing. I have to give compliments to the local PCP staff, Paul Fairbanks, and everyone there, because they've really stepped it up. If you haven't been through there lately, they've really went into the new robotic equipment.
Oh,
and
very cool.
I mean, it's high tech. I mean, it truly is high tech. In
Do they
fact,
give tours?
we got a nice tour. I'm not sure how it was arranged, but if you get a chance to, I would certainly suggest it, because I've known the cannery for years for a lot of reasons in the fire service, but now some of the new robotic machines has actually reached out to Butte College to add robotic training in the Butte College curriculum package.
Nice.
So there's a huge thing going on there, and I think that's stepping into that high technology is paying the dividends now to be able to handle more
To do, the
product
capacity.
here in Oroville.
And,
And the city has had a partnership with them over a variety of things in the past. The biggest one is the providing the easement to remove their fruit waste out to the ranch in Palermo.
Okay.
That's a big deal on treatment of that fruit waste. So
I know I'm like, I'll get back to my questions, but we're having such a good flow. But I was thinking, like, with fruit waste, I know does that include other waste as well? Like, is there, I mean, because we had talked, there was maybe talk about a facility, like biomass type of situation. Would that cover fruit waste? How does that?
Well, the one thing they have is the peach pits, which is a thing to deal with, and that would fit into the biomass discussion. But we do have some very fortunate that we've had some investors come to our community and have chosen, us, because of location and closeness to the feed from the forest and all that, to plan to build a biomass facility that will generate electricity and also utilize and help to clear out the forest. There's kind of a combination of things that are going to happen with this. It's a big deal throughout the nation.
Yeah.
Orville happens to be unique because of the closeness to the forest. And then some of the older facilities, I'm thinking about, the term was called cogeneration plant.
Okay.
Where they used to burn the waste from the mountains.
Okay.
And then the company that had it did it incorrectly and created some problems, and they got shut down.
Yeah.
But that burner and that facility will be torn down and removed.
Okay.
And they'll bring in a brand new process that's, there's a gentleman named Ben that's from England, and he is designing his model plant for all his entire career.
Wow.
He's built plants all over Europe, and he wants to build the best and the highest efficiency one here in Oroville, which we're very lucky to have. And it'll be close to a 40, 50 megawatt facility.
Okay,
And
I don't know what that means.
that's a lot of power.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of power.
I think gigawatts. I'm like, wait a second, this is Back to the Future.
Right.
1.21 gigawatts.
The beauty of it is we have a number of companies looking, but this first one is probably the ahead of the game, called BREE, and they're Butte Butte Renewable, BREI, Butte Renewable Environmental Incorporated.
Okay.
And there's 4 partners. And that's why I think it's going to be successful, because you have 2 partners here local, and you have 2 partners from Europe.
Wow. Okay.
And they see the investment potential, and their first goal here is to produce power to power up our large commercial users of power in the South Fifth Avenue area.
Okay.
The cannery, the sawmill, the sand plant.
Wow.
And
Okay.
the Rollplast, the plastic bag manufacturer, which is now called Oroville, I think. I forgot. They've changed their name so many times I can't keep track of them. But they have a real struggle on keeping reliable electric power.
Okay.
And to help with that process, the city has actually formed a public electric utility.
Yeah. Okay. We were talking. This came up in conversation earlier this week with some friends. So
Well, and that
I'd love for you
happened
to
in
explain
November.
that. Yeah.
And that purpose is to enable companies like Bree and others that want to come along to produce the power here in our own community.
Yeah.
And, to supplement what's going on, because we're not trying to compete with another electric utility. We look at all of them as partners in the process, but you really have to get serious if you want to expand and grow and have bigger and better business and create job growth. You have to have more electricity. We're running short. So
I see.
this is really kind of our effort where we go down this path. And some of our city staff, especially Patrick Piot, which hopefully you'll have in the near future.
Yeah.
He's been a big part of communicating that process along with other city staff. Hopefully our goal will be in a year and a half or two, we'll have those facilities here, bringing the salvage timber out of the forest to Oroville to be chipped up and then processed and turned into clean burn electricity.
Energy.
And when I say clean burn,
yeah, what does clean burn mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no smoke, or I don't know.
well, it's they use the term when they describe the filters, 99.9%, and the reason they're using 99.9% is their attorneys won't let them use 100%.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have a plant that'll have these huge ceramic filters that, in addition to the gasification process, which is a clean burn all by itself, they'll make sure that nothing gets out.
Wow.
And,
okay.
The air quality management will have a monitoring system that's 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
If they see something as a problem, boom, they can push a button and it shuts everything down.
That's not, I imagine that's probably a big question. I don't in these
is.
conversations with the community and just residents of are we gonna?
And the past showed a bad experience. And
Yeah.
I mean, like I mentioned, the teepee burners.
Yeah.
There was no efficiency there at all.
know.
It was just a metal teepee and throw it in and burn it, and that was it. So this process uses something called gasification, and they actually heat the fuel, the wood chip fuel, up to where the gases are emitted from it, and they actually burn the gas instead of instead of the actual pulp itself.
Huh.
And the end result is they get a much higher BTU production.
Okay.
Your normal wood stove, when you burn there, you might get 400, 500, 700 degrees.
Okay.
Well, gasification, they reach 1,500 to 1,700 degrees. Because of that higher heat,
very hot.
they can, it's very hot. They can produce steam a lot more efficiently.
Interesting.
So your per pound BTU production is much greater with this process.
Okay.
And then it's also, because it's higher, you also have a cleaner burn, and then to make sure that nothing gets out of it, it'll be run. The exhaust will be run through these ceramic filters that are very large and do a great job, and it'll be one of the first ones in the United States.
That's so. I mean, I'm here for that. I love. I don't know. I love being unique and like the first to do something or whatever. So I don't know.
Well, we're technically first with the big plant. The first one actually is North Tahoe.
Oh, okay.
North Tahoe
fine.
Community Facilities District has.
Tahoe's fine. I mean,
they've ordered the ceramic filters.
Oh, okay, okay.
The reason for their production is they clear this forest of the fuels, and they have this amount of sawdust they have to get rid of every year, and they can't find a place to do with it. So they decided that they use it in a boiler. And they heat the water up, not to steam level, but to very hot water level. They pipe it over to North Star. Do you know that's how the resorts are heating their water?
No. Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Neither did I. I went to the symposium. I was like, what?
What? That's how they're keeping. Wow.
Yeah. So they're
super interesting.
They're taking this waste material,
yes,
burning it and turning it into something that's a positive production for North Star.
I love that.
Yeah, and they actually showed the pipes and the underground insulated hot water pipes. So, and they've ordered the ceramic filters too. But they're smaller. It's a much smaller operation. Ours, if as planned here, would be a much bigger operation.
Yeah.
They have like 2,000 of these ceramic filters that will clean out.
Wow.
We sent Patrick to Europe. I said we, the city, did. He was going to go on his own. I said no. I said, man, we're gonna want you to bring back pictures. So you're on the clock.
Next time you need someone to go to Europe, I volunteer. I'll go.
Yeah. But you got to go to all the different plants, and
that's
he'll
fine.
tell you more about
That's
that.
fine.
But he stood over one of the exhaust pipes for like half an hour, and he couldn't even smell it.
Oh,
And
really?
he's standing there right there watching the exhaust come out. So
And you could, that's wild.
Europe's ahead of the game. They really
yeah.
we're not guinea pigs here. We're taking the best of theirs and bringing it here.
Bringing it. That's cool.
Which is what I appreciate. The folks came to us, and mostly because of geographic positioning to the forest.
So they saw us and they were like, "Ooh, this would be a good location to
and
do
the,
that."
the
That's
loggers
neat.
already knew that, and the group that is asking questions, they should ask questions, and we'll get the answers to them. I mean, that's the reality. But I'll tell you, there's not one city council member who wants to pollute anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
We've been all instructed on what the emissions will be, and they're going to be clean, or we're not going to do it. Just that simple. So that's the discussion going on for Oroville.
Yeah.
And many other cities are doing the same thing.
Wow.
Sacramento region, I went to a symposium there, and the Sacramento air quality manager said they want to have more biomass. And they used the term, which I'll share with you. They discovered, or they made the statement that California is the Saudi Arabia of biomass.
Explain. What does that mean?
As Saudi Arabia had oil,
Okay.
California has biomass to burn.
Okay.
It's not just the salvage timber from the fires,
Yeah.
but it's the lawn clippings,
Okay.
the tree removals,
Okay.
everything in our communities where we are constantly cutting and green
Trimming
waste,
and yep.
and the ag, the
Right.
rice hulls,
Yes.
the burning.
Interesting.
All these things can be components to be burned efficiently and effectively, and the technology is there. We just have to bring it here,
harness it and get
put
it
in
to
place.
That's so cool.
And it's been a whole new evolution of training myself. I share with whatever the large documentation. I just had a conversation with one of the consultants from the League of Cities.
Yeah.
I said, "Did you make it all the way through that?" And he says, "Well, I'm still reading. I'm on page 87, and I'm trying to digest it all," which is good because there's been a lot of work done. I got to give a huge credit to Firewise and the staff there. They have done this thinking they want to try to find a way to remove the unneeded fuels in our forest, which eventually reduces the amount of fire propagation and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they've created what's called the biomass development opportunity zone, which is a federal status.
Wow.
Oroville was the first one in the state of California to have it.
Wow. I had no.
Yeah, it is
so cool.
It is cool. And I'll share with you if you want to sit down and get by a nice warm stove and a log chair and go through it all this.
You got to do all of it. No, that's so neat.
But it does tell a unique story that we can actually reduce the need for carbon fuels and increase the need of using the forest and our vegetative fuels that are out there that we're just wasting away.
Yeah, right.
I mean, when you think of just in Butte County alone, the salvage timber of how many millions of acres that's out there that's just dying and rotting.
Right, and then is prone to,
Well, it creates, you get into the chemistry of it, they're creating methane and all kinds of things.
Right.
And then we have, it's the old story, if you want your front yard to look good, you got to clean it up once in a while.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's really the reality of it. And I had one.
Don't tell me that, because that means that my weekend is coming up.
Right. And one of the comments, I know one of the meetings, they said, I don't know how they're ever going to get those logs that are in those deep, steep canyons, and especially around up in mountainous area. And I said, well, you tell a logger he can't get a tree out of the forest, I think you're going to find out he'll figure it out. They've been
or
logging.
She.
Yeah, he or she. They have every mechanism in the world from high lines to helicopters.
Yeah.
And if you bring that, and I know a lot of loggers have contracts to remove those fuels, but they don't have any place to take it.
Right, and now they will. Right.
They will.
So,
and some of it's being done up by Bernie. There's a plant already operating. Western Biofuels has a plant that's burning right now. It's smaller. I think it's 15 or 14 megawatts. But, all of them have this whole process. And when you use the word California is the Saudi Arabia of biomass, we haven't managed it right. And this is an opportunity to create jobs, to create electricity.
Yeah, sure.
Safe, clean electricity.
Yeah.
And then I asked one of the loggers, I said, how much fuel do you have for this plant? He says, well, it's all growing.
Oh, okay.
Good concept.
So,
It's
yeah,
growing.
it's all growing.
So it's
right
renewable.
Now.
It's coming,
Right.
And,
right. That's so true.
yeah. So it's fascinating discussion,
Yeah.
and it would be really fantastic for Oroville to be a center of this whole process. And we already have the transmission lines going through town,
Yeah.
because of all the power plants and all the generators that come out of the Feather River Canyon. All the power lines come through Oroville, as you well
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And the connection to the grid is strong. Here.
Yep. No.
And so it's something of the future that I think we can look forward to. And I know the council is very interested in providing the jobs for people at these plants.
Yeah, for sure.
Number one, the construction of them, and then number two, the long-term operation and management. And these folks have already been talking to Butte College to put in curriculum packages that'll help teach operators
The
for
vocational
the future,
type of
Right.
program. Yeah,
how
that's
to
great.
operate the plant, and operate the equipment, and the necessary things. And
Love it.
so it's something in the future. And like I said, there's 3 companies looking. Bree is probably the furthest along the line. In fact, they'll be installing they have a 3-phase plan. Not only to have the biomass, but they also want to have solar production.
Okay.
They've been approved to have 100 acres of solar panels be installed at the old copper site.
Okay.
That'll start very soon here, and we're
I
hoping
think,
to hear.
I had heard.
We'll have production of that to happen toward the end of this year.
Okay.
To the local power needs in the community.
Cool.
Commercial businesses primarily. And then they also want to have a battery backup to that. And then the Bree biomass generation plant. See, we use terms. We used to call it cogeneration. Now we went to biomass. And
Okay.
they're both the same kind of thing. The only problem is the old power plant that was there was not very efficient at all.
Okay.
It was actually...
You have to distinguish between the the two.
It's terms.
Yeah. Right.
And the biomass with gasification, that's just so high tech. It's off the chart in terms of how to do it properly. And
no, I love it.
I always think of the biomass. I like to use that when you burn a head of a match. If you look at the fire, the flame, the actual flame isn't touching the wood.
Oh,
it's the gas coming off the wood.
that's
burning.
right. Yes, I'm imagining my chemistry class.
Right.
Yes, back with the Bunsen burner and the thing.
And
so
it's actually the gases is what's burning. It's not the pulp.
that's so interesting.
So by them
love it.
expanding that process out and making it work, and there's companies all over the place that are providing this equipment. So we're not the guinea pig. We won't be the guinea pigs here. We'll be on top of the world, and
It's very cool.
the power will actually come through the city of Oroville. The city council will be setting power rates for those companies
For
that
that
will be hooked up
public
to it.
utility.
So, and it's a nonprofit operation to us, to the city. So it can be a big plus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
For
could
a lot
be
of things.
great.
A lot of cities have their own utility. Biggs and Gridley do. Reading does. Sacramento does.
When we lived in Seattle, they had their own. So
And when it's owned by the public, it's a nonprofit kind of thing. And a private company has to generate a revenue stream and a profit for them, which is totally correct. But the city can help with the process, and how big and how expansion of it goes, we don't know how it all plays out. But
we have to start.
we have to start
somewhere.
And we're already capped at a certain amount of electricity, so we need more.
Yeah.
Then this particular company has plans for their excess amount of electricity to produce other things. One of them is they want to have a hydrogen generating plant here, so we can start providing hydrogen to the commercial fleets around.
Oh, interesting.
The bus line would love to have hydrogen-powered buses.
Wow.
And if we get some other commercial users that want to change their engines from the diesel to hydrogen power, we'd have a distribution station for that. So
there's so much that I'm like, because we're going to get into a little bit more I want to know kind of more about you and like what the mayor does. But we're going to do that after this break, because we're going to hear from our sponsors. And if you would, while you are listening to this, or if you're listening in your car, maybe you're listening at home, if you would just take a minute, or not even a minute, just like a second, and hit that subscribe button, or send this to somebody who's like been really curious about just even the biomass conversation, or just what is going on in the city of Oroville and Butte County. Send this to them, because this is a really, really great resource. I'm so excited for people to be able to kind of get a first look conversation. So we'll be right back after this, maybe one message, maybe two, maybe 10. See you in a sec. This episode is brought to you by Aaron Lackey Photography. That's me. I'm the photographer. This is my studio. We have a studio here in downtown Oroville, and I love photographing families, high school seniors, and pets. And you know what is right around the corner? The holidays. You're going to want to have somebody document those memories for you. Do you have a kid who's missing their front teeth? Now's the time to get them in for a portrait session. Do you have maybe a tween who is gawky and awkward? That phase doesn't last that long. You're going to want to have them in to have that documented. Even though they may not want to, you're going to want to. What about a high school senior who's getting ready to graduate in 2026? You're going to want to have them come in, and we can have a consultation, and we can talk about all the amazing things that we can do for your high school senior to make their year the best. Maybe you have a family and you haven't had portraits for, 5-10 years, maybe never. I have clients that have never had a family portrait. Come, let's talk. Let's have a conversation, and we can plan where these portraits will live in your home. Last thing, if you are a business owner, maybe you're a professional. Maybe you haven't had a business portrait or a headshot or some branding images for a while. Let's talk. We can make that happen for you, so you have amazing portraits to put online for your social media, all of those things. I can't wait to talk to you, and we can have a conversation and see what that will look like. Ultimately, it was hard to get me on this podcast. I was very busy. This is a busy time of year. And so, they're lucky that I said yes to come on and be an advertising business. There's other businesses that really wanted this spot, but I took it from them. So maybe you'll be the next one to advertise here. Okay, back to the episode. And we're back, and we are going to head into some questions, a little more personal questions.
Sure.
Feel free to answer them as deep as you want. But what we talked a lot about different locations, different things here in Butte County. But I want to know your hidden gem. Like, is there a place that people, or maybe you don't want to share it, I don't know. But is there a place that you have that you know of that not enough people know about here in Butte County? It doesn't have to be Oroville. It could be
Well,
anywhere.
it's surprising when we have the Spring Festival in April up on Table Mountain.
Oh, yes. People come from all over.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
From all over the country.
I'll caution you, make sure you get the pass, the wildfire
Yes.
pass
Yep.
from the state parks.
That's a good point.
It's a good thing that you can get it online. It's easy
It's like
to
$5,
do.
I think.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful activity for a seasonal activity to handle. We have the Tree City going on here in Oroville. It's become a big deal.
What is it? The
Tree
Tree
City celebration.
Tree City.
Arbor Day
Oh,
celebration.
okay. Yes.
That used to be a simple celebration at a school site and plant a few trees. Now it's a big deal. It's huge.
Okay.
And
Arbor Day celebration.
we have a group of people that have really put that together, and I encourage people to come and enjoy that. I think there's maybe 100 different vendors.
Wow.
And it's
Where is that?
They actually have it at the convention center here
Okay.
in Oroville. And I know it's very costly to me. I know Susan runs around and finds all kinds of little
Susan
carvings.
is
my partner.
Yes.
She's my Susan, and she finds all kinds of little carved items and animal items, and
That's cool.
There's a lot of handcrafted work that is just everybody enjoys.
Yeah.
We have that coming up here in Oroville, and there's just a lot of unique things. Almost every weekend is filled with something going on.
Yes.
And of course, we'll have the different parades. The Veterans Day parades are a real strong performer here in the community.
Yep.
And, I think we just enjoy all the things that are going on. And the State Theater has been a great new beneficial asset to our community for a lot of reasons.
Totally revitalized.
It's downtown, and the marquee has just been what's going on.
We had Cindy on the podcast. Cindy Daniluk was on here too.
It's been a great thing. And that's a good example of a private-public partnership. Because Stage is, taking over the facility, and that's really what the strength of Oroville is having those public and private partnerships in a lot of different ways. And there's so many of them, I couldn't mention them all, but at the State of the City, we talk about that. We have a little go to the State Theater, and we talk about the city programs going on. And one year we did all the service clubs in the community, and then we've done the cheerleading groups and the different sport teams that we're thinking this year we might do something with all the schools in the community.
Oh, I would love that. That's is it in May? When is the State of the City, or no?
Typically May, late April.
May. Okay.
But we're thinking about that because where people locate is the big draw is schools, and giving the schools an opportunity to tell their quick story.
I love that.
Might be a neat idea to do because the public is looking for places to live and enjoy. So we're all, there's so many things on the calendar. There's the mayor can't get around them all. I tell you that. I send the vice mayor out quite often, or other councilmen. I give them a call. Hey, you're representing Oroville. Go, and those kind of things. And thankfully, we have a great council that has all kinds of different, wings out there doing things. Sean Weber's doing with the Oroville group. And Tracy's got a lot of things going on with the sport teams. And
you all have
everybody's got their different niches, and we all come together. And the beautiful thing about it happens is if there's a need created somewhere, everybody kind of steps up.
I love that. Love to hear that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that happens more often that people don't know about. And that's really what all local government's about.
Yeah, because negative stuff. I mean, there's this saying that's like, if there's something that's negative, it
breeds negativity.
Well, and it takes like 12 positive interactions or hearing something good to overcome one negative comment or thought or whatever. And it's a challenge, especially with when it's so easily like when we have ranting groups or when we have things where it's easy to just go on and kind of put people down. Anyway, get off my pedestal. It's
a sign of the times because we have so much social media and people having the opportunity to speak out and share their thoughts. And thoughts can be shared in a constructive way and in a negative way.
Sure.
And we try to lean toward the constructive way of doing things. And I think that's very positive. It's just like Oroville has a lot of neighborhoods that are well identified.
Yeah.
South Side, Thermalito,
Kelly
Ridge, Palermo.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And as we talk about annexation, it makes a lot of sense to annex for people both sides of the coin.
Ooh, we're not supposed to get controversial on this podcast. You brought up annexation. What?
Well, it's
I'm just messing.
It's a fair topic, but the reality is, Oroville has no need to change anybody's neighborhood.
Right.
That's the whole point. If we all get together and do things together, we're a lot stronger.
Yeah.
That's the whole bottom line. And the interesting thing, when somebody's annexed, nobody's ever de-annexed.
Right.
Once you get annexed, it becomes that
I don't know
thing.
if I need to share my stance. I don't mind sharing my stance. I won't talk for James, but one of the things that I love about I might maybe I'll get some comments.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll get some engagement.
Oh, I'll guarantee you'll get engagement.
But I am pro. Sorry, Pee-wee.
Yeah.
I'm pro annexation.
Right.
And I don't know. I know it's way down the line, but I'm sidewalks.
Yes. Right.
I'm like, sidewalks would be awesome. And I think too, and I don't know. I feel sometimes it's like talking, when you say you're going to run for the student body president, you're like, we're going to get chocolate milk every day. We're going to have ice cream every day.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, we're going to get sidewalks. Like I don't know how the realities of how all of that works. But to me, that seems much more possible when we're part of a,
Yeah.
part of the city.
Well, and that's entirely because the city can focus on what's going on with a community neighborhood. It's just like Southside. When I started with the city back in the 70s, the city of Oroville city limits was Mesa Avenue, and you didn't go any farther south. And then we annexed to Wyandotte Avenue, and just like you say, parts of El Noble, Florence, and all those streets were just barely a pavement.
Yeah.
And now there's curb, gutter, and sidewalk.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing, when someone has a line to clean to, whether it's just a curb, when they have a line to clean to, they have more pride in their own community. And there's nothing worse than driving up to your home and parking in a mud puddle in front of your house. I mean, that's the thing that really drives me.
Yes.
So for every community, that's one of the things that changed the environment of South Oroville. Is having curb, gutter, sidewalks and the decent places to go and come. Put it in street lighting.
Street lighting. Oh my gosh, that would be.
And those are things that we can all work on together. We can't say they're going to happen tomorrow. Right. But you can focus on it. Right now, we're working on a what we call a CDBG project for South Oroville to redo all the drainage.
Okay.
The drainage is a big deal, and we're down the path to try to do something different there.
Yeah.
And that's what the cities do. And, that discussion will have more coming around in the near future because we have a lot of folks that want to annex to build their homes. And that's a big deal. And we'll see that probably along Oroville Boulevard.
Okay.
And that's... Yeah. And I'm just saying probably at this point because we don't have the studies back yet and all that kind of thing. But it's a topic that, there needs to be a lot of discovery of information.
Right, sure.
Because the old question of city taxes and all that, that's really a misnomer. It doesn't change your tax structure at all.
I was reading something about that. Well, and you even said, it may not happen eventually. And what came into my head, I was like, or it may not happen right away. And I was like, but you know who gets chocolate milk every day now, if I'm using that analogy? My kids.
Oh, is that right?
School. So it happened. It only took 20 years. They get chocolate milk every day. So someone. But also, I was thinking too, back to sidewalks. Like I went to Wyandotte Avenue, now Wyandotte Academy. Right. A product of that elementary school. Hi, Mr. Torcelli. Yeah. And one of the things my parents, we would ride the bus, and so at the very bottom of our driveway there was a bus stop. Yeah. It was dangerous because it was a mud pit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was like gravel, whatever. And I'll have to double check with them. I don't know how it got put there. I don't know if they put it in or if the city did. But a sidewalk was installed for this one section for the bus stop. So it was safe for us as kids to get on the bus. And so I just see such a high need and value for that. I don't know how this turned into that conversation, but just that's true. In fact, the statement. I mean, the safe place. In other words, we just did the sidewalk curb and gutter on Oroville Boulevard. That was a huge $7 million project that we started that project in 2015. Believe it or not, 2015. So nice.
Yeah, it changes the whole thing, and you're not driving down Oroville Boulevard hitting a big wall of water. Yeah. And that was a grant-funded project, and it had matching funds from the city. So, and then we have another project coming this summer, which we've been working with Caltrans, and they're going to repave Oroville Boulevard from the Feather River Bridge to Foothill Boulevard. Okay. I caution you, this summer is going to be a little bit of a traffic challenge because this is not just a repave. This is a grind down and redo. Okay. So it's not going to be easy.
I mean, you know what? We can endure some suffering, I think, for a little while.
Well, and I'll give Caltrans an A+ because they were planning this last year, but things changed, and now this summer is kind of dialed in to happen. But we said parts of it aren't going to last. And we complained to them. We went down there with our councilmen and city staff, and we met with the district headquarters down there, and they did about $1 million worth of patchwork. Yeah. But they actually did the patchwork planning for the repave that's going to happen. So caution to the wind in this summer. When that starts, it's going to be, it's going to be something. They're grinding down 6 inches and repaving all the way up. It's a $36 million project. Okay. But that was a partnership with the state.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that's what happens is you develop partnerships,
Right.
get roadways replaced. Another good example of partnership with the county of Butte was Ophir Road. It just got repaved.
Yes.
Quite a large section of that is in the city.
Okay.
So what we did for our city portion, we passed off the money to their contractor to do the city part of it, and didn't have to hire a separate contractor.
That's
So
cool. Right.
we meet quite on occasion with
Yeah.
the county supervisor Bill Conley and Andy Pickett, and talk about what can we do in the future together to make things better.
Make it. I love
And
that.
we're working on it all the time, and sometimes it's in the background because it doesn't come up until it becomes a problem. But
Yeah.
those are the things that any local government can do, and that's the challenge we have to the future. We're just trying to make it a better place. We're not there's no gain to. In fact, when we annexed South Oroville, there's a big minus to the city of Oroville. It's cost us a lot to have that in the city. In terms of police and fire activities and
Sure.
we're working on street curb gutter sidewalks all over. The county did some work there, but we've got a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
The
But
big-
initially I could see it being like an initial,
Right.
you're investing in
Well-
this area, and then eventually,
Well, one of the particular problems is Wyandotte. As you know, Wyandotte School, Wyandotte Avenue is kind of becoming a speedway.
Oh, right, at Wyandotte Avenue.
Yes, and
Yeah, there's some traffic bumps in there. Isn't
there
Like
is,
one?
but yeah, it's not really controlling
It's
the
not,
traffic.
yeah,
and
yeah.
We just got a new traffic safety study. We're going to be focusing on Wyandotte Avenue
Okay.
because
Oh,
people
good.
are using that as an alternate to Ore Dam.
Yeah.
They get on
That's-
Wyandotte, go down to Lincoln, and then bypass Ore Dam.
That's where we are on 12th. We call it Highway 12 because it's
Yes.
the only connection from
Right.
Nelson all the way to
And that's
Oro Dam.
That's the things we got to try to work together to find better solutions so that we're all driving in a safe,
right.
safe, comfortable area. And there's a whole process going along. And so whether it's the city or the county, we're all working together.
I love that. See, and that's the thing that I think, because sometimes we can get I know I'm guilty of this,
Yeah.
like only seeing what's right in front of me, and
Right.
then I can have all sorts of feelings about something, and I'm like, man, if I just took a beat and
Yeah.
looked and been like, we're all working towards the same thing,
Right.
for the most part, like which I love.
Well,
so
I'm going to throw a plug in here. The city has put together a youth training program to let people
Yes.
come, high school kids, seniors and juniors, to come to the
Yes.
city. And we're hoping to get some applications
Mm-hmm.
to come and sit down and drill down and actually share with you what the city does and on a one-to-one basis. And I'm really encouraging folks to have their kids get involved in that
Yeah.
program, whether it's a service club or something, because we're gonna really educate them, and they're gonna get
Yeah.
down to the nitty-gritty of what they can do for the city. If they don't
That's
know
so
what's
cool.
going on, they can't make it better.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's-
and you can start them young.
Start 'em
then
young.
They can
Right.
be involved and
Be
have an
future
impact.
mayors, be future councilmen, and all kinds of
Yes.
things down the line. So.
Speak of which, so kind of mining of your heart a little bit. What with being the mayor, even being the fire chief, like why did you choose this work? I mean, I know you grew up
Right,
and
right.
it was inundated kind of in you, but what keeps you coming back to it?
Well, part of it is when I retired, I saw somewhat loss of the momentum of Oroville because when I was on the job, we had a pretty positive momentum going with some growth here and there, and the council has to set the policy for positive momentum, and that's really what I chose to run for. I understand
Positive
that local
momentum.
government, positive momentum moving forward. Yes, there's going to be problems, but
Yeah.
let's move beyond that. Plus, the city invested in me as an employee for 35 years. So if you want to return on the investment, that's kind of the way I look about it. And I have, frankly, I could bore you to death with ridiculous details about the city, which is sometimes helpful and sometimes, a waste of time.
Yeah.
But when city staff have a question, I'm generally the phone call I get that, okay, what happened here? And I can tell about some things in the future, or the past. I can give you the size of the water mains in this whole town. It's like, well, the fire chief needs to know that.
Yeah, so you're very knowledgeable. You have all of these other just experiences that have kind of
ridiculous trivia.
Yeah, which is amazing.
But
'cause-
it's okay because it fits and it helps move forward to the process. And that's the unique thing about Oroville. Oroville has a long history of a lot of things going on. I mean, we've boom and bust, boom and bust, boom and bust. And now I think the next boom will be this biomass energy economic development for a lot of good reasons. And I think us will be somewhat of a little bit of a powerhouse in that category.
Pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended. But we've always had powerhouses here. I mean, you look at the Feather River Canyon and the electric generation and those kind of things. And I got involved in it because that's what I grew up in. I understand it. I know what side the cavern of the Oroville Dam powerhouse. I was in that before it was concrete.
Yes,
because my dad was involved. So I have ridiculous kind of.
So you have this knowledge, but also you have the drive and you have the heart to do it. I think because you can have all the knowledge in the world and not do anything with it. And so the fact that you have chosen and you keep showing up and you're making yourself available to this community speaks volumes.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
but like I said, it's kind of like payback for what I was invested in as an employee because I was sent all over the state and I actually went to Montana and I worked on fires all over the place.
Wow.
And there's not a place in California that I haven't been to for some one reason or another. So
unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And I understand the process and how we can make things better to the future. I love sitting down with fellow elected officials and trying to work out solutions. No matter what the case is, and we need to, I always pull it back to how is it going to benefit this community.
I love that.
That's the big thing that elected folks need to do all the time.
Yeah.
We always have differences of opinion about a variety of things, but down the line, how is it going to make it better for us all in the entirety of it, and then eventually make it better for our own families.
Right. For those of us who live here.
Right. Luckily,
every day.
Most of my kids live here locally. The grandkids will probably work here somewhere down the line, and that's okay too. I mean, my sisters live locally, and it's
love
just
that.
it's a lot of community stuff going on. They surprised me on my 70th birthday that it was Easter time, and I thought I was going to an Easter dinner. And I showed up, and they all showed up, and there was people in the room that hadn't been together in 10 years.
Oh, that's so
that was a trip.
That's great. Oh, that had to make you feel.
It was really cool.
Good.
It was cool
That's
because
neat.
the whole group was there, and that was a lot of fun to see it all happen.
that.
Then it kind of makes it all worth it,
Yes.
And I get tripped off by Susan. If she wants something at home, it's a simple David, and then until it's a real serious thing, and then it's the mayor title shows up. And, wait a minute, we got the mayor to take care of this. What changed here? What changed?
That's funny.
It is funny, but it's also what people have to understand. What can the mayor do
Right.
as a city councilman? And it's very limited. I mean, it's just one of the council members that happens to help arrange the agenda and the council and have things happen, and then just be the signature for all the. I can't sign anything unless the council voted on it.
Right. Right. Sure.
So,
and I think that's one of the things too. What I love about the program being offered to the high schoolers is that, I mean, and I don't know stuff. Maybe I need to take the class or the course, but it's it is helpful having that. But also, I mean, the mayor is and city council. I mean, a little bit of a local celebrity type of. You're just figures, right?
It's a figurehead position, but it also has value to all kinds of different things, and I appreciate that. I respect a lot of mayors of the past, and I learned from some of them. Janet Wilson, when she was mayor, I learned a lot of things from her. And Bob Winston, way back when, and
Gordon Ando was
a
when
very
I was
good
growing
friend.
up.
Yeah, he learned a lot of good things, and he grew up in South Oroville, and he was there when we annexed it, and he didn't really want to, but he said it's necessary.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big problem. I mean, he knew we were annexing a problem. In fact, it was identified as one of the biggest problems in California.
Oh, wow.
As a specific spot area.
Okay.
And, we're plugging along. One of the big things was to get rid of the burned out structures. And our code enforcement, Ronnie Belser, has done a wonderful job there with his department. And I think they've removed almost 40 different burned out structures to get out of there. And those things create other problems. So we've got a good team at the city with code enforcement dealing on specific problems and other things as city staff, from the guys that are sweeping the streets to the guys that are trimming the trees and reconstructing parts of our drainage system, which is a huge problem. And they've come
Drains
up
with the clams, right? What are those? What were they?
Yeah.
They're the little freshwater.
Oh, the freshwater clams.
Mussels.
Mussels. You're talking about
Remember? Oh, sorry. The golden
mussels.
Golden mussels.
Yeah, which is another problem we have. That's on the lake.
No, I love it so much. So it's just so many things, and I love to hear that you guys are working as a team. And so, so thank you. We are actually going to head into our Gold Rush round.
Okay.
So this round is a rapid fire question.
Okay.
Round. I'm going to ask you what is the best. And I don't know, it might get a little controversial. If you don't agree with Mayor Pittman here, then you can comment below or, respond in a way. Send this to someone and say, I disagree. Or maybe you do agree. So, all right, I'm going to read off these questions. And
do they need short answers or long answers?
First thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, shortish. All right, so best hiking spot.
Table Mountain.
Table Mountain. Best burger.
Ooh. Man,
Be careful.
I gotta throw down Jake's Burger.
Okay. I do like the sauce.
Yeah.
The secret sauce is like. Best local event.
Oh, I think Salmon Festival.
Sam. Okay. Yeah. Best tacos.
Oh man, it's pretty hard to beat Los Compadres.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Best museum.
Ooh, Pioneer.
Pioneer Museum. All right. Best.
I got a Pioneer / Chinese.
Okay, Chinese temple.
Yep, because the Chinese New Year's coming up.
That is right. Yes. Yep. In February. I don't know when the celebration is. Yes, but it's.
Yeah, the dragon's coming back.
Yeah, and it's the year of the horse.
Oh,
I believe.
I didn't know that. All right.
I think you have to fact check me on that. But all right, best mural.
Oh well, the mosaics on the Table Mountain.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. If you have not been to the mosaics, got to go check those out. Best grocery store.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to throw down Rayleigh's at this point.
Okay, Rayleigh's gets a lot of love on this podcast, so I should have them sponsor it.
Yeah.
That's what I should do.
Well, I got to tell you a story about my dad real quick about Rayleigh's.
Yes,
he used to be a daily customer there before he passed away.
Oh.
And he would walk there every day, and he reached up to grab a loaf of bread, and he got dizzy and fell down and hit his head and passed out.
Oh.
And so they go up and say, Mr. Pittman, what happened?
Yeah.
He said, well, I reached up to grab a loaf of bread, and I saw the price, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh. No, that's truth.
That was the truth. And
You don't shop there to get a good deal.
No,
Let me just
so
say.
he had to go to the hospital and get stitched up and everything.
Your dad sounds like a.
Oh,
like
he
a
was a
funny
character.
guy.
He was actually, what happened is they changed his blood pressure medication, so it was a little too much, and that was the reality of what happened. But the grocers
So
are
quick
just,
on his.
oh God, it was terrible.
That's a great story. Okay, best Mexican food, different than tacos.
That's tough. I already mentioned
Los Compadres, right?
I'm going to say La Varta down there on Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. All right. Best high school.
Okay, I got to throw down Oroville High because that's where I went.
Okay, I didn't. Did you put that?
Yeah.
Did I read that in your bio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All
It's at Oroville High School.
Oroville
Why
High
didn't I
School,
respond? Okay.
and my mom taught there for 33 years.
She did.
She was a long-term teacher there.
What did she teach?
PE, physical ed, math, and English.
Oh, so she taught the school.
Yeah.
She taught everything. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm an LP grad. James is Oroville High. Our kids are now going to Oroville High just because it's closer to where we
Sure.
live. But we were in the band, so it was combined.
Yeah.
So I consider
Yeah.
a little bit of mix of
Gotcha.
both. Okay, we're a couple more. Best sunset spot.
Oh, the Afterbay.
All right. Best coffee.
Ooh, man. That's a tough one. I'm going to have to throw down Mugshots.
Mugshots, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Best customer service.
Ooh. I got to throw down Dutch Bros.
Okay, they do remember. They're very good.
Yeah.
That whole brand, they got it down.
Mm-hmm.
They know your name, they know your order, all that stuff. And then best club.
Well, Rotary of Oroville, I got to say that. I mean, I got to throw that down.
That was kind of prompted a
Yeah.
little bit. I love it. Awesome.
right.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Cool.
you so much. So I always like to close on here with one more question.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of your golden nugget of wisdom. What if you could, speaking to the viewers, we have all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
people who watch locals and some very loyal subscribers.
Yeah.
What's the best piece of advice that you could give someone who maybe wanted to be involved with their community?
I think one of the struggles we all have is finding out the correctness or what's right and wrong. Choose 3 sources before you believe it.
Oh, wait, say that again.
Choose 3 sources before you believe it.
Okay.
I get that from my dad. He said, if I hear it 3 times from 3 different people, then maybe it's true.
I love that. That's great. That's a great piece of advice.
Well, yeah, I think it fits our world today because we have so many sources of information. Find out 3 sources to make sure it's actually accurate. And one of the sad things is AI is creating a lot of false information, and people create false information. So don't jump off the cliff until you see it 3 times.
Yeah, verify
and 3
it.
different sources.
Different. I love that. That's great. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you for sharing that.
Right.
Well, and you kind of already plugged some things, but is there anything? I mean, do you want to talk? Like maybe how do the high schoolers get
Just
connected
get a hold
with
of City Hall.
Okay.
Connect, ask for the student program, and they'll get you an application, either email and all that. And, the police department just unrolled the new Community Connect program.
Okay.
I would encourage people to get hooked up with that with the police department because our police department's doing some really wonderful things. Frankly, if we don't have a safe, secure community, we might as well throw in the towel. And our guys there, the chief has created a whole atmosphere of positive behavior there, and I'm really encouraged with what's going on there. So I want to ask everyone to get connected to Community Connect system they have.
Okay.
He just enrolled it yesterday, I believe.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So
so
that's. I'll try to
yeah.
see if I can find the link and link it in the
Yeah.
show notes.
That'll be a wonderful thing because we all need to, if you see something, say something.
I see those signs. We have
yeah.
those signs all over now.
Right. And that's the only way we can attack things and work on stuff. And we have growth coming to the community, whether we want to do it or not. So let's try to do it the best way we can.
Yeah.
I
love that.
Fit all the niches that come about. And it's not an easy place to operate. California is the biggest struggle in the nation as far as doing anything. I don't care what it is. Doesn't matter.
But we have everything here.
Yeah.
That is the thing. We take it with both, all of it, I think.
Well, and it's like I said, hey, we're got 5 lakes and a river runs through
I
it.
know. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
You're
Mayor
welcome.
Pittman, for being
Thank
here
you very
today.
much, and I appreciate your efforts here. It's really a wonderful thing to do for the community, and sharing the information is a valuable thing that we all need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
And
right.
thank you. My last little line I say is thank you for having a heart of gold.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Okay. Cool.
I get to sit down with This week on the Hearts of Gold pod. I mess up a lot, so just don't be surprised.
That's why you got him as the editor.
Raised, nope, we're gonna cut that.
Right.
4th generation Oroville family of real estate developers. Gosh darn it. I was going to do real estate of developers. See, I told you I mess up. This might be very long. How are you doing? Are you
Good. Oh, yeah,
okay,
fine.
good. All right. I'm having a blast. I'm learning so much. Do a pat.